To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under beams. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
Hello.
And welcome back!
I wanted to get into it organically, but it just didn't happen.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
That was the organic
yeah,
way.
by organically, I thought you meant, I'll just organically look into your eyes and say, welcome back
to Two Less Lonely Girls. I'm Rosebud Baker.
I'm Corinne Fisher, and we're in Los Angeles.
Yes, we are.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so nice. Do you need the mic closer to your face, or
We're
am
all
I
together? No, we're good, because otherwise it'll have that, like...
Does that sound good, guys?
That one listener will complain about.
I'm so glad we're recording today, because if we had recorded 2 days ago, I ate a full pizza to myself that I made myself, took it out of the oven, didn't give it even a second, cut it, ate the whole thing, burned off the whole fucking top roof of my mouth, and I had a lisp for a full day.
You didn't notice upon taking bite number one that it was too hot?
I mean, bite number one was the one that did it.
Oh, but then you just continued to eat it because the damage was already done.
Then I was like, yeah.
I hate burning the roof of my mouth.
And
then it dangles.
Yeah, it does dangle, but it does give you something to do with your tongue.
Yeah, when you're single, it's real good to have a burnt roof of your mouth.
Listen, when my tongue's not doing something, I'm like, what's it here for? It's just hanging out all day. It's the laziest of all the organs.
Oh,
Shut up.
God.
Listen. All right, we have
to bring on our guest.
She's giving me looks.
Really, really, really bringing a lot of energy from the right side of the room.
Yeah. She's dressed like she's at a celebrity's funeral, wearing sunglasses inside and an all-black jumpsuit. Everybody, please welcome
BLAIR
SOCCI.
Oh my God, it is good to be here, my girls in my town. How dare you not live in my town, honestly. So
remember when you lived in our town for a while?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. I also credit like you guys becoming friends.
Yeah, well, I told Rosebud immediately. I was like, well, you're my replacement BLAIR.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
I remember, like, because you were like, I don't know if some people, like, you asked me, you were like, is it okay? Like, would you be a friend? And I was like, no, I fucking love when my friends are friends.
Well, I didn't want to just take over, like, a friendship that you had worked on. You know, you got all the kinks out of Rosebud.
Yeah, she's really done a wonderful job.
Not true.
Also, I was not aware until this.
Lotion off the hotel cart.
It's
and
not
made
stealing.
Me an accomplice.
It's not stealing. Corinne said it's not stealing if it's off the cart.
Yeah, if there's nothing, if you can't scan it, if there's no barcode, no UPC, is that what it's called? It's free for the taking.
I also just want to say for the record that I was not aware that I was the replacement BLAIR until this
face.
moment
oh
right
my God,
now.
That must be so painful for you.
I told you that to your face as a joke.
Yeah. How are you gonna get through
You're
this?
not at all like BLAIR, so
yeah, I was like, I'm a really shitty replacement.
That's true. Yeah, we have literally nothing in common.
You should get another dog with just a fluffier coat if you want a replacement for BLAIR.
Well, because I didn't get to know you extremely well until BLAIR left, and I thought that you also had like a kind personality, and I was like,
well, you thought wrong.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't need another one of those. You know, I need a hole in the head. and then I got
know
to know
you mean that in a very endearing way.
BLAIR
there's only room for one positive person in my life, and you had already filled that slot.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I feel the same.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Really,
see?
There's really only room for one BLAIR in my life.
Wow, thank you.
But that's a good thing.
It feels good to be irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah, irreplaceable and almost unlikable. But, you grew on all of us.
Yeah, thank you. You were pretty smitten with me from minute one. So.
I actually did. I was told I would like BLAIR from people in the community before I even met BLAIR.
God, that makes me wet.
And I did love you immediately, but I was actually really confused why people thought that you and I would get along because seemingly we wouldn't, you know?
Yeah.
We're opposites.
Yeah. We had sex with the same guy, though.
Yeah, I guess we both made that one choice. And
Oh
then
my
people
God,
were
you
like-
guys are sisters.
Yeah, we're Eskimo sisters.
Yeah.
Who am I not Eskimo sisters with in comedy, though?
I'm not Eskimo sisters with Rosebud.
No, nobody is. Nobody's Eskimo.
I mean, I'm
sisters
sure-
with me. Actually,
I'm sure
no,
someone
there
is.
are. There's a couple. There's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well.
We don't need to mention them by name.
Oh, I don't even know how we got here. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway,
This is good. So yeah, we're all here, and well,
I just started panicking so hard.
that was great.
I was like, anyway,
Really smooth transition. Blair has a show called Dear Owen Wilson about Owen Wilson. It's about how you wrote.
why don't we tell them? Yeah, tell them the origin story of Dear Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have
'Cause
this
it's
show.
embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's like so lovely and pure-hearted. Honestly, I'm in love with my old self. In 2007, he had that suicide attempt, and I was in college, and I was really disturbed because like that was close to like the height of all his shit. Like all those movies.
Were you a huge Owen Wilson fan? Or?
Yeah, I loved, and he was in that string of like very success. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this guy's on top of the world. I thought he was so funny and so talented. I still do. I love his like honking nose. And
Yeah, we learned today Blair prefers men with noses.
Yeah.
So
I love a
sorry.
man with a nose.
Sorry to the noseless listeners.
I love noses on people.
if you
is
are
what she said.
Baltimore, do not even fucking get near me. But Owen Wilson, so he had that suicide attempt, and I was so alarmed, and like I was very busy in college, but I somehow took out the time of my day to write him a letter because I wanted him to know and just encourage him and tell him how much I loved him and that I was gonna get through it. And so I mailed him that, and then I remembered like a year or two ago that I did that, and then I was like, I bet a lot of other people have people that they loved that they either wrote a real letter to or just like a celebrity that they really loved growing up.
Yeah.
So now I have comedians, they come on and they read a letter, and then I interview them after in like a very wild way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's very funny.
I troll all my guests.
And it's blowing up in Los Angeles too.
Oh God, thanks guys. I
Yeah.
wish you were both here to do it.
I was going to be here to do it.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't going to, and now
Yeah.
I am,
I
which
know.
sucks. But I can't do it because you already found somebody.
Yeah, but maybe I'll do it in New York next time.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be so fun.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
I think that would be
This
great.
whole podcast is kind of a letter to a celebrity, isn't it?
Yeah, well, first of all, I do want to chime in and say I had no idea that you wrote this letter when you were in college, and that's hilarious.
You thought it was gonna be like when I was 12
I thought it was like, like a normal...
I definitely thought it was like middle school.
Yeah. When she said 2007, I'm doing the math, and I'm going, well, me and Blair are the same age, so this is not going to end well. But that's nice. It really is a pure-hearted story. And I wonder, did you send us like his agent or his, like, I wonder if he ever saw this letter.
no, who knows if he got it or not. I found whatever address I could find on the internet, probably like some PO box or something. There's a very large chance he never read it.
Right.
That's so sweet.
But yeah, so
Does he know about the show?
I don't know, but people always ask me that, and it gives me so much anxiety because like I wouldn't want him to think that I like exploited him.
I don't think it's about...
It doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, it doesn't feel exploitative.
Oh,
It feels very sweet. I mean, it's not like his suicide attempt was public, so so whoever released that information was the initial exploitative person. But like what you did was just kind-hearted.
well, I have said that it was like after his suicide attempt.
Yeah, but everyone already knew that. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying. Like
okay.
it's not you didn't break that news.
Yeah, but that
You're
would
just
be
constantly reminding people.
well, I'm like, how did they were like, why did you write it in 2007? But that would be wild if one day I like just had him on the show.
Oh my god, you have to. I feel like we have to start a hashtag.
I want to
now.
hear the letter that he has to write to Blair.
Wait, do you have the letter? That,
No, I mailed it. Like I wrote it,
and
hand wrote.
and you just never.
Yeah. I didn't type it or anything. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think I'd even remember it in the future.
Again, another really strange thing that you're in college, computer's been around for a long time, and then you just hand wrote. You're an adult handwriting Owen Wilson.
I always handwrite. You guys have probably gotten handwritten letters from me.
Like notes I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I love a handwritten note.
I always write notes to people.
Yeah. She does. You sent me a note last time you came to stay in New York. You sent me a handwritten note afterwards.
Whatever, fuck you.
It's really beautiful. You were raised
She was like, Rosebud, I love you so much. I miss you.
I never
I'm
said-
questioning my sexuality. Can you come live with me in Los Angeles? And I was like, dude,
I never said that.
fucking relax.
Yeah, so wait, Blair's always questioning her sexuality.
No, my friends tell me they
seems
are.
Rosebud, are you?
I'm not really questioning my sexuality so much as like, well, no, I kind of am. I'm like, am I attracted to anyone? Like,
Okay.
because I'm dead inside.
Yeah, that's really sad for you.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really sad. I'm not. That's not even a joke.
For sure.
It's
You're
very
attracted
sad.
to people.
I'm attracted to people.
I can think of one person you're attracted
Okay,
to.
Me too.
I will throw this mic through the window. I'll
Gossip
throw
Girl,
all three
XOXO.
mics through the window.
Look, there's a lot of secrets in this room, and
There are a lot of secrets.
And
in
they're
this.
coming out today.
no, they're not.
I literally am. I just feel like after being myself with someone for 5 years, like so thoroughly myself with someone, that it's hard to play the game of like, of being your most attractive self. You know, when you have to get back out there, it's like you have to like, all these walls have to go up in order for you to like do that. Not that you have to be this like fake liar or anything, but when I went to meet Blair
I was
and a couple
literally
girls.
just gonna tell this story.
Yeah. Go ahead. You tell it. You tell it.
Rosebud met up, and because it was a non-comedy night, like the one night that we never do it, go out for when we're not at shows. So we had like outfits on, really excited. I got really excited, started drinking heavily. So by the time that Rosebud got there, I was fully wasted. But we kept having engaged Greta go over to groups of guys and bring them over to the group of girls.
Greta's engaged?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
So exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats, Greta.
Yeah. Huge ring too. Way to go, Greta. Love you, Abe.
Love it.
So she goes and we're like that table of guys, and this guy comes over, and he immediately goes to Rosebud, and he's like, inside jokes. He's like, I like you, and something was not right with
He
him.
was fucked up.
He was
on
so
another
fucked up.
planet.
Oh, so he recognized you from TV?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he was like, I left my phone at home, and we somehow had like a 4-minute dialogue about why he doesn't have a phone, and we're like, yeah, you seem like you really have it together, and he's like, I don't think I'm portraying myself right. So he says this to Rosebud, and she goes, yeah, you're not doing a great job.
I was like, it's not great. It could use some work. And then at one point he reached over and his hand, I don't even know if he knew that his hand was touching my arm, but it was like gently just resting on my arm.
Ew.
And I looked down and I looked at my arm and then I looked at him and I said, I'm in hell. And then I walked away. So like that's
this
the
guy
level.
cute?
Blair thought he was cute. I didn't think
if
he was
you
cute.
saw him like before he talked, you're like, yeah, cool.
Before he talked is always because anytime someone's like really attractive and then just kind of on the loose trying to hit on women, I'm like, I gotta hear this person talk because this could go either way.
Well, I'm like very attracted to personalities, and so
yeah, we've noticed.
We've noticed that.
literally every one of my
Like
You left that wide open for us.
it's wild.
You left that wide open for us, Claire.
She's like, anybody not in my league around here with a great personality?
no, my girlfriend's
Stop on by
always-
Blair's adoption agency.
Oh man.
No, you all guys always ask me like great questions, like how,
Why?
Yeah.
Where?
what went wrong for you?
100%.
It's like it is like you work extra hard to find someone below you.
Yeah.
God, do you
Yeah.
guys know how insulting this is?
It's
That's
wild.
why it's fun. You
It's
need
like,
to know.
It's like an adoption agency where the check-in starts at your pussy and ends in your apartment, and then 3 years later it's over.
Nice.
Anytime
And the
I
sheets haven't been changed once.
No,
Yeah.
I change my sheets constantly. Are you kidding me? Oh my
What
god.
fucking this girl's doing.
Oh my god. No, I'm not fucking.
Sorry. Okay.
Needs a plastic mattress cover for all the fluids.
This is turning into a Guys We Fucked episode, and I didn't mean
Wrong
to.
podcast.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I have a lot of hope for myself. Like, I still do have this face. I think something good is going to come out of it.
Oh, but
Honestly,
remember
yes.
when you had to get in line at the club a couple days ago?
Dude,
Rosebud can tell
it
this
was
one.
wild. She was, okay, so
We were going to meet a friend.
Blair was like on, like,
I don't
her
actually
eyes
remember
had
this.
lasers with dicks in them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And like, she was just like on a dick mission, and you could tell. And we were like waiting. So we show up.
I was also barely conscious at this
I
point.
mean, 100%.
It was like Weekend at Bernie's.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed this, guys. I'm like really
She was
disappointed, honestly.
Really, and also when I say weekend at when she says weekend at Bernie's, I'm talking 4 drinks in. Like
Okay.
she's smashed and just like single mom
had
energy.
martinis.
Like left the kids
Okay,
at
are you
home.
kidding me? It's
Mama's
not
cutting
single.
loose.
I had my whole stomach out. It wasn't like a single mom wouldn't do that.
She would if the kids were left at home.
Yeah, you've obviously never seen the photos of Casey Anthony.
Yeah. So we show up. I didn't know what that meant, but I was yes-anding.
You don't know Casey Anthony?
She killed her child.
Oh,
And she looks
okay.
kind of like me.
That's one of those names that you hear your whole life, and you're like, yeah, I know who that is, but you have no idea.
Oh my God. You do that?
Yeah, all the time.
You're not a very truthful person.
All the time, just trying to be agreeable. And so Blair shows up, and they're like, yeah, you got to get in the back of the line. And I look, and there's a straw roof to this place. I'm like, and the sign is taped onto the door. Like the name of the place is in duct tape.
Wait,
so I'm like,
can we name names? What is this place?
Cha-Cha Lounge?
Okay,
Fucking Cha-Cha?
I'll be honest, if someone had a gun to my head, I could not name any of the bars that we
Oh,
went
because
to.
you were drunk, yeah.
We started at Zebulon, which sounds like a fucking space station. And then we went to Cha-Cha Lounge, which is, I mean, are we on the fucking set of West Side Story?
No. Cha-Cha Lounge felt like Cabo, those shitty bars in Cabo.
Yeah, like
I've
a
never
like a
even been to
spring
Cabo,
break,
no.
MTV spring break.
Like 18 to 22 year olds.
Yeah, I mean, women with all their tits
There was
out.
barely any women there. It was all dudes,
No,
though.
it was tons of women, Blair. You just couldn't see them. Tons of women.
No, even the guys we were with said it was all dudes. I think.
Nope, hundreds of women
I'm
surrounding
going to
us.
trust Rosebud on this one.
Yeah, I was the only sober person
You're
there.
gonna trust the heart, a golden heart versus a pure evil woman?
Listen,
She's sober, though.
yeah, I was sober, and the guys that you were talking to, you were the only woman that they were talking to. So
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, it's all dudes here, but they're looking at Blair.
Look, I don't remember you leaving, and so anything that happened is on you.
I was so mad about having to wait in a line to get into this place.
There was
that
4 people in the line.
There were 4 people.
So how long did it take with this 4-person line to get in?
It took like 7 minutes.
Yeah, not
or
long.
5 minutes.
I was
maybe
so mad.
5 minutes or 4.
I was so fucking mad. I was like, I'm gonna steal shit when we get in there. I'm stealing something from fucking
well, I
Cha-Cha
was
Lounge.
honestly.
I understand.
Waiting in that line.
I was trying to take things off the walls. I was trying to take paintings off the walls. People were trying to help me. There were sombreros taped to the ceiling. I was trying to pull one of those down.
Please, this place sounds terrible.
It was awful.
Even how drunk I was, it still didn't. It still hurt. But
Yeah.
like because I was like, what?
Yeah, and then Graham
Have you
K
seen
just
what we
walked
look
in
like?
there.
Yeah.
And so we're meeting our Canadian friends who are like, oh yeah, well we went and we talked to the bouncer. And I'm like, no, you didn't talk to the bouncer. If you talked to the bouncer, you came out and you were like, oh, we have friends coming in. Oh, they can't? Oh, okay, sorry. And then just like go back inside.
Also, I wanted to point out that Blair was manically making the slit throat action as if Rosebud was going to stop telling the story, and as if that was not going to make us want to tell the story more
I don't know.
on the
Anyway,
podcast.
the point of it was now that I'm sweating, was that
We trapped Blair in this hotel room. We
I
did
have
not let her
never been
out.
so humbled before in my
Yeah,
life.
they stamped her hand and she goes, I have been humbled. And then she walks in and I was like, no, now we've been humbled.
Guys,
like,
we're all in our 30s. Sometimes we're going to have to wait in line now. I don't know.
Corinne,
This has been
no.
happening for a while.
Corinne, no,
It's
absolutely
unacceptable.
not. It
It's
was
unacceptable.
yeah, it was because it was cold out. They couldn't see everything.
yeah, the light was low.
I mean,
They couldn't see our aging breasts.
no.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so we waited in line for 5 minutes and then and we waited in line behind like 7 dudes who were
Trolls.
hideous. Harry and the Hendersons bad.
Wow, okay.
and all of them got in before us. And we go in, and I left after 5 minutes. I waited.
You left after 5 minutes?
I don't know how you
minutes.
tolerate a lot of the things that you tolerate sober, because some things that you tolerate sober, I can barely tolerate drunk.
Dude,
It's impressive.
I had to take a pull of my vape just remembering it. I waited in line just because I was like, Blair is on a real mission.
Can you stop with that?
Blair's on a mission tonight.
Oh my God.
I
was barely conscious.
She was barely conscious. And I was like, I'll just wait in line with her because I'm her friend.
Yeah.
And then when we get inside, I'm going to abandon her as quickly as possible.
Because you're still her friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because my friendship has a limit.
Yeah. You don't want to tie yourself out.
Yeah.
We want this to last a
Yes, I
while.
didn't notice whether you were there or not.
She did not notice.
Wait, so were there other like safe people there? Or you just left her with these dudes?
She asked me the next morning, did you go home with the guy who couldn't complete a sentence and said his job was embarrassing and left his phone at home? She didn't even know that I waited in line with her.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
So
I don't drink very often, so now I get it's
four
Wait.
drinks in and she's gone.
Oh, LA, you don't drink anymore?
No, I mean I do, but it's just like very once in a while, like
Because you have to drive.
yeah, and it's just like
Oh.
healthy here. But like remember when we used to go out, we drink a lot. But
I remember when you lived in New York 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
I've only been gone 1 year.
Well, you were. It
year and
felt
some
like
change.
yeah, it felt like you were distancing yourself, putting your toes in the
LA
in the
waters.
water. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, back to Dear Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
You have this show coming up. When is the next show?
It's this coming Friday, March 1st.
March 1st.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
is not going to air in time.
Yeah. It's not?
No, it was just promoting the show in general, not like the specific show.
Okay, then never
Isn't
mind.
it going to sell out anyway? Your show always sells out.
We'll see.
It'll be fine.
Hopefully.
Well, we can put a little thing on there. Yeah.
It'll fucking sell out. Have you ever written a letter to a celebrity?
Thank you, Rosebud, in this obviously not produced segment of the show.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Thank you.
I have. Well,
Yeah.
I've written lots of letters to celebrities. I don't have any of those on file, but I did write a very heated letter to the editor of the local newspaper in my town called the Star Ledger.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this.
I'm from Union, New Jersey, if you're not familiar. And there was like a little section where they were talking about celebrities, I think called Parade. And I was very heated after something that someone wrote about the Spice Girls. And this is what I wrote.
Okay.
Dearest Mr. Scott. And then I crossed out Mr. Scott and wrote Walter because he didn't deserve this Mr. Scott.
Oh, I love
feisty.
that move.
Feisty.
Laying it out right away.
Right off the bat.
Holy shit.
We're like cunting it off right out of the gates. It's all fine and dandy that you have your own little column in Parade, and I put it in quotes.
Oh,
I'm sure
vicious.
it makes you feel really cool and just like Mr. Big Shot around the neighborhood.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's great when you're not bothering anyone except the little members of your fantasy world, and I capitalized fantasy world as if it's a place in which he resides. However, when you bring the Spice Girls into your sick and twisted masculinity problems, you're gonna get burned. And then at that point I took out a red pen when I had been writing in blue and underlined burned in red to really
I cannot believe this.
that fiery vibe.
I wish this was framed.
Oh my God.
need to
Can
frame
I see
this on
Can
your
we all
wall.
read parts of this? Can we pass this around?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah. I would think that since people are writing to you with their questions, that you might actually know the right answer. But of course, in a world where we seem to believe that 2000 is the millennium, the correct answer to a simple pop culture question would just be asking too much. For us true, that's all capitalized, Spice Girls fans out there, Spice Girls have not lost any luster. They are still shiny as ever, but of course you wouldn't know that because you are too busy playing golf or whatever it is you do in, again in quotes, Walter's fantasy world, to actually put any time into doing some background research before answering your readers, in parentheses, all 6 of them, questions. Okay, it then continues. I don't know if you can read my writing, but Blair, Rosebud wanted to read this. So this is the one that starts with the Spice Girls. And I guess what happened here was I think he had written some snarky article regarding the Spice Girls and how they kind of lost a little bit of heat. And
you found it.
Mama got set off.
Okay, and I just need everyone to know that this is in total 90s handwriting.
Very bubbly.
Everything is a bubble. Okay. The Spice Girls are in no way a gimmick. Yeah, they should. I can't read this. You have to read the
I was
rest.
gonna say, I was like, you might have trouble because I actually took a photo of the.
No, I literally can't read that. That's it. That is. I could read that in the 90s when I was reading bubble letters.
Well, because they all hit together.
Sorry, I fucked up the rhythm.
The
Go on.
Spice Girls are in no way a gimmick. Yeah, they sing bubblegum pop. Yeah, they have 5-inch shoes. And yeah, they may pee in potted plants. That happened one time, Mel B in a hotel room occasionally. But at least they have the dignity and the pride to do whatever they want to do and not care what schmoes like you think of them. And that, my friend, is the reason that you are writing snotty things about girl power divas in the Star Ledger while they are sitting in their $500,000 that's my favorite part, their $500,000 mansions.
$500,000.
I didn't know how much a mansion costs.
That's like
That's a co-op in Manhattan.
That's like a one bedroom in Bakersfield.
That is literally a co-op studio in Manhattan.
Well, they're sitting in their $500,000 mansions counting their money. By the way, FYI, Jerry Halliwell's latest single was not Look at Me. It was Me Chico Latina.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Which just hit #1 in Britain. Thanks, and just give me a call when the office is cleared out so I can move in and take my job as the new columnist for Personality Parade.
Oh my God.
Love you, dearie. And I signed my name and printed it. Wrote future vice president, because that's how I signed anything back in the day, because I had this dream of being vice president because, you know, I didn't want to die being the first woman president. And then I wrote age 13 because I just want to let them know who was.
Wait, you were 13?
Cracking the whip. Yeah. How old?
You wrote that when you were 13?
Of
How old
course
did you
she
think
did.
I was?
It's Corinne.
What do you think I was in college, Blair?
Corinne could have written that when she was 8. She could have honestly.
Like, I can't believe you had the balls and like.
Oh God, I had the balls when I was 6 to do that.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
but it's like the way that you were jabbing him was that of like a much older, like,
Yeah.
Have you ever met my
condescending
mom?
person. No, I haven't.
I've just seen one video
I
of
was
you dancing to the Spice Girls. That throwback video of you doing like.
Oh, that was Destiny's Child. But yes.
Oh, Destiny's
Yeah,
Child.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and just like seeing that video, I'm like, oh yeah, that 100% was who she was.
A lot of attitude. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm very. Like, if you met me at 6, like, I'm very much the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I haven't developed a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
I bet all three of us were very much the same when we were little.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. I pretty much was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always been who I was. I don't know.
I mean, we've all been who we were. I feel like adulthood is all about remembering who you were as a child anyway,
Yeah.
and getting back to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially in my meditations.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always try to think of that because it's like, you know, I think people, especially people who like don't follow their dreams, it's because they lost sight of what they wanted to do when they were a little kid. But it's like I've always wanted to be in the entertainment business or a trapeze artist, but yeah, I don't have the body type, you know. So
I love that.
I need to know
I
something.
really wanted
Did
to be in the
Walter ever
circus.
write back?
I don't think so.
I would love if he wrote you back and
would
he was
love
like, I'm
that.
going to retract this shit. You injured me emotionally so deeply
I'm
that
retracting my
that I
article.
will do whatever this fucking 13-year-old bitch says.
Knowing
Yeah.
more about just like, you know, being a writer and getting feedback or anything like that, I feel like this actually could have hurt his feelings.
Oh my God.
Except for when you got into the $500,000 mansion.
He's like this idiot.
He's like, oh,
Do you
okay.
guys get hurt when people tweet you mean things? Like I could get like,
oh, when people tweet me
I could
things?
get like 100 nice tweets and I'll just think about the one.
There
mean
could be
one.
100 tweets. In
Yeah. Oh my God, I love her.
And
Good luck tonight,
99.
Gaga. I love you.
Ugh.
It's Oscars tonight, but you won't know that because this isn't coming out tonight.
No. Let's see. When someone tweets me something mean, no, usually not, because usually people are so far off in their perception of me that it just feels like a miss.
Yeah, but
and sometimes feel like the really mean things I think sometimes are funny. Like my favorite one is on Reddit. Someone said that I look like Uncle Fester, and I was like, "That's accurate."
That's so funny. That is so fucking funny.
I don't know. I'm getting better with it, but my thing is like, you fucking psychos, if you want to write shit online, can you just like not tag me? Like, you can still write it.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you
drives
know
me crazy.
I'm gonna read it. Like, they just think that people don't read it or something.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings, but it drives me crazy, and it makes me lose faith in humanity because I'm just like, I was just like, guys, just write it on Reddit, and like, then we won't see it. You know?
I cannot believe you. I would never go on Reddit, that fucking cesspool like of dirty, it's horrible.
Every now and again I go because there is some constructive criticism on there, and sometimes it does help, but you do have to like really stomach a lot of bad stuff about yourself to get through it.
You know what though? They're the way they think about it is like they think of it the same way that like somebody who's like writing, like before the internet was around,
like a slam book.
You know those people who would like write to Fritos and be like, I hate the new flavor of Fritos. Right. I think you should get rid of it. It's trash. They think they're writing to Fritos. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't think that they're writing to a person with feelings.
Yeah, because usually if you respond like calmly to one of those things,
they immediately
the person
are like,
backs down pretty much immediately. There's very few people who, because I mean, like think about like even when someone's rude, like in a store or something, if the other person hits them back calmly, their level of aggression will usually go down immediately. But if you hit them back with aggression, then it just escalates rapidly.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
So, I don't know.
Sometimes I want to write back and just burn the shit out of them because like I know I could easily overtake them without even breathing, but I don't want to also give them. So now I just mute people because then they think that I read it. I read it without like caring.
Yeah, muting is key.
I actually will. The only time my feelings get hurt are when somebody will tweet something at me that's like overtly sexual, and then I'm like, you haven't been listening to me, and then I mute them for that. If they say something to me that's like sexual, then I'm like, I hope this person dies.
How come no one that has ever said anything sexual on the internet is good looking? I always get like dick pics and shit in my DMs, and I'm like, I know you're a troll.
That's why they have to do it on the internet, though.
Yeah, so they can.
If they were hot in real life, they wouldn't do that. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, I was just on a 10-hour flight. I'm not bored.
Yeah, no, I know that.
There's a fucking dude that always tries to like text me dick pics.
Text you dick pics?
Or DM me dick pics. And I looked at his profile and I was like, oh, he's literally an open micer in New York. Like, he's actually 13 and he's like an open micer in New York.
Did you make fun of him?
No, I haven't responded because he's like...
If they were an open micer in New York, I'd be like, what are you doing, you fucking loser?
I literally am like, I'm embarrassed for him because he's going to find out later on like what he's doing. If he sticks with comedy, he's going to be so fucking embarrassed.
But hasn't he read the news or something? Like,
he's
that you're not...
No, you know what? I think he's
hasn't he read the news? What?
Like, you know how people get in trouble now for like sending shit like that to people in their workplace? Like, if he's a comedian...
He's definitely like more of a brand new comedian, and I think he's the kind of comedian that is...
Tell me his screen name. I'm gonna message him and embarrass him.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah, he's embarrassing though, and like so skinny, like I could snap his ankles, like I could break his little tiny
and
bird
not to
ankles.
compliment you, but you're skinny, so you calling someone skinny is wild.
Thank you. I mean, I know how hard it is for you to compliment me, and that was brave.
No, I actually compliment you all the time. Like, it's crazy, but I just do it in private.
She actually does it in handwritten letters and sends them to my house and won't stop.
Don't try.
God, I was looking for this guy
me.
who's a comic in LA who kept writing me like the nastiest.
Tell us his name.
Well, I think I ultimately blocked him because it was like I couldn't even read it anymore because it's like, you know, when your vagina alarm goes off and like something is so disgusting, but then you still actually like start self lubricating because you're in defense mode. Like like when someone like grinds up against you, and like it's a normal thing. Like, you know, like when you're about to get sexually assaulted, basically. And then you self-lubricate. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
This is a scientific thing, guys.
Totally
and you guys are
know what,
fucking looking at me like I'm crazy.
I know, because I have a lot of situations in my own mind were playing in my head.
Yeah, literally.
You guys left me hanging.
No.
Sorry, I didn't know I had triggered you. And that's why you were doing it.
We were both remembering like times where we were like, Oh yeah, that was
I mean, like
weird.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because so this guy, he just started following me, and I think his name was, I feel like his first name was Adam or something, but he's a comic in LA, and I mean, he's probably
Is he
listening to
successful?
this. No, Blair, no, he's not.
Well, you never know. I'm just
Yeah.
He has time. He just, and I never once responded because he just friend requested me, and on Facebook, I kind of like if I see you're a comedian and then you're in New York or LA, I'll just accept you because it's Facebook and no one cares about that anymore. And like a lot of times it's just
Facebook's
like
a graveyard.
someone's just asking you like, do you in a show or whatever
Yeah.
whatever it is, so it's fine. And then he just starts like fucking nonstop being like, you're so fucking hot, the first thing I'm gonna do to you is I want to eat you out for like an hour, and then I'm gonna take you out to dinner, and like it's just like the most sexually explicit things. And like I didn't respond once, but this was going on for like months. And then he started commenting in my Instagram comments so that other people
So
could see.
psychotic.
And I was like, okay,
People have weird fetishes.
we have to stop
man.
doing this now. Yeah. But no one like ever, I don't know, no one ever, I've never heard about it from anyone else. But it's just like,
I know
was
what you
just
mean
like, how
when
do you
you're-
dive in that? How do you dive into pussy eating that explicitly that quickly?
It's
Yeah.
so confusing though. Like now, trying to find a nice guy that will also then just say and do horrible things to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, like how does that work? Like, how can you tell when they're nice that it's gonna like go that way?
Yeah, it's very hard, and especially because people are, because of the Me Too movement, a little bit less like into wanting to hit women in bed sexually.
Oh, I don't like choking or like getting hit, but
You just want dirty stuff said to you?
yeah, and just like a bunch of other wild stuff. But now I'm like, I need to date a nice dude. I'm like old enough. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't want to, these wild guys that like can fuck well it's like it gets old really fast because their lives are insane.
Do you think Owen Wilson is a wild guy that can fuck
Thank
well?
you. I was literally just thinking that.
Oh, sorry. I forgot we were like on a podcast and not just like talking
No.
to each other. I was like, what if I was just like in like my pussy right now? And then, no, Owen Wilson, he's been married twice. He's,
To who? Anyone famous?
I think they're like models. Like,
Always
Is he
models.
bipolar?
I think so.
Okay, so then he can fuck well.
I know, that's the truth.
Yeah.
You've never even seen him in the wild, like in all the?
No, I haven't seen him in real life. But I think he has, I think he has a couple children by different women. I don't know if he's still together with his wife, but I don't know, that family, their eyes and stuff, like they seem to have a lot of depth and pain and love involved with them.
I always thought he was so much hotter than Luke Wilson, even though Luke.
fuck are you talking
Even
about?
though Luke
You
was
know
more traditionally
exactly.
good looking.
I think Luke Wilson is really hot too. I think they're both hot.
Okay, so let me I want to see what's. He has 3 children.
Luke Wilson is hot?
Yeah.
I think he looks like a fucking toe.
I love.
Okay, he's 50.
You have a very specific type, by the way, that you never venture out of. So, I wouldn't
I
expect
do venture out of it.
Really?
I venture out of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
sure.
Oh wait, he was dating Sheryl Crow in 2002.
Yeah, I knew that they dated. He's dated some really great women.
The song "Safe and Sound" from Sheryl Crow's 2002 album "Come On, Come On" is about Owen Wilson and Sheryl Crow's relationship. Oh my god, I want to listen to "Safe and Sound" now. No wait, because we have to look up the lyrics to "Safe and Sound."
Can we pause for a second? Can we do a research break? Because I gotta pee.
Yeah, we can do a
I'll
research
pee
break.
too.
Absolutely.